Let's
So,
go. Let's go.
shout out to everybody in here once again, man. Everybody in the comments, man. Everybody who continues to tap in with us every week, man. It's always dope to just see, whether it's five or I think it was, close to 50 last week. You know what I mean? With Ray on there, but it's always appreciated that y'all, come kick it with us on Mondays, man. We really just be trying to in here getting our mind right. You know what I mean? Manifesting on these Mondays, connecting. You know what I mean? So, but today we wanted to talk about giving 100% effort.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? What that looks like. If it's something that you're doing, if it's something that you even want to do towards something, but we just kind of want to talk about giving 100% effort, man. So that's where we at with it today, man. Let me let you kick it off, Diamond. What is to you? What does 100% effort even look like?
Man, I'll take to be honest, bro. I haven't gotten to that level yet, and that's something I'm trying to get to, right? Because I was just thinking the other day, I was like, man, looking at my life, just reflecting on things, I don't think I've given anything 100% effort. The
Hmm.
only
Yeah.
thing I would say I've given like 80% effort, it was like fitness, bro, in my entire life, and I've seen the results. So I was like,
Yeah.
what if, man, like and I'm so far I think I'm doing good, right? Just for not giving 100% effort. So I'm like, what if I decide to like go all in and just focus on my purpose and my goals? I wonder how things are gonna be like. So
Hmm.
now I'm in that pursuit are trying to like go all in and just want to give whatever I'm about to put my mind to 100% effort. So it's something like I said, I've never done it before. And that's something I'm learning, trying to like get to that point. So I think it's all about like more like a mindset shift, right? Because it's something never done before.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll focus on certain things, and after a while, like things go, I just go back to my old ways. So
Hmm.
now I'm trying to like get back to that level. I think it's good to just have people around you who are trying to do the same thing. It makes it a lot easier because
Yeah.
now you guys can hold each other accountable.
Hmm. Agree. Agree,
What
man.
about you, G?
Yeah, I mean, piggybacking off of what Diamond said, like, like DG, um, I think it is imperative to have people around you that like, like help hold you accountable, help hold you to a particular standard. You all hold each other like and yourselves to particular standards as well. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like when I've really like looked at it and reflect, we've talked about this multiple times. I think like obviously like my purpose in life is music. Like, that's my passion. Like, like it's more so than just like my passion is my purpose. It's me. Like, like music is me, kind of thing.
Right.
And, P and I, we've talked about it. The most we've probably ever given to music was probably 2018, the year of 2018. We did a lot that year.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
rated R, he dropped C's, like we toured Europe, like we did a lot of amazing things that year, accomplished a lot of things. And even just this past summer, performing at a festival in Africa, and things like that. And so it's just it's dope when we look at the accolades, like when we really reflect on like the things that we've accomplished, it's amazing. Like it truly is just like, you know, we've become, going and performing at a festival in Africa,
Oh yeah.
there's major artists who have, like, so like
Facts.
it's just dope to like just say that that's something we've been a part of and truly have been blessed to have come across some like truly like once in a lifetime type of experiences. But that being said, I mean, even then, in the year of 2018, the most we were probably even at that time given was like 40% effort, like and
Right.
that's crazy. That's not even halfway to fit into 100.
Right.
Like
Right.
that being said, like I think that's where the moment of clarity really happened for us at Epiphany, where it's just like, imagine what 100% looks like. Like if we've only given 40% and we've already done the things that we've done, like P, you know, um, mastermind in the Black Sand soundtrack and stuff like that, and just like like them getting acquired, by like on Shark Tank and stuff like that, and just like and the plethora of opportunities that may come from that and all this stuff. But I say all that to say 40% effort is so minimal in the grand scheme,
Right.
and I think that's what makes me the most excited about like this new chapter in life, going all in and truly, trying to maximize every bit of that 100%. I don't know if I'll ever reach 100%, but like
Right.
at this point, I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to try. I'm ready to like really put
Right.
everything that I have into it, and so I think that's what makes me the most excited is that we've done so much with such little effort, you know. And
Right.
say little like we ain't been out here doing nothing. Like,
Right. But
we obviously
still though,
a lot,
right. We
but
could do more.
we could do more, is what I'm
Could
saying.
do
Right.
more.
Great.
No, I
What about
agree,
you,
bro.
Ramond?
I feel that I kind of course feel the same way, you know what I mean? But just to kind of take a different angle at it, man, I heard somebody say you could do anything, but you can't do everything.
Hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that when I think about 100%, I wonder if 100% towards one thing is even possible,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Because like you could maybe give 100% while you're doing it, but
Right.
like, can you give 100% without losing balance of everything else? You know what I
Right.
mean? Because like if you want to run your business, you want to have maybe a good relationship, you want to do fitness,
Right.
you want to be investing on the side, you want to be traveling, like you know what I mean? I wonder in my mind, is it even possible to give a
Right.
hundred, or when we talk about 100, are we talking about just when we do it, giving it
Right.
100%? You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's the thing I think about a lot too. Is like there's different hats that I like to wear
Right.
outside of just this thing. So,
Right.
you know, would that be considered not giving it 100 because I want to do these other things too? Or is it like
Right.
just giving 100% while I'm there? You know what I mean? So
Right. I
that's
would say
something that,
more like
what
while
y'all
you're
think about
there.
that?
Yeah, while you're there,
Yeah.
I would say because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, right, it's hard to just give 100% effort to everything. For me, it's like let's say for me, right, things that are important to me right now. I'm trying to pursue like the business, right, my fitness, all the things. So for me, like I really haven't given those things 100%. Even when I'm working on it, it's
Hmm.
still not
Mm-hmm.
100% effort, you know. So for me, it's
Facts.
like while I'm there, it's like okay, so if today I'm working on the business, I'm giving 100%. If
I
today
feel
and
that.
tomorrow I'm working on fitness, 100%. You know, my relationship, 100%. So I think all those things are like to me is like all together, right? Because why?
Yeah.
What's the point of like going? Because sometimes I think we know within ourselves, bro. We know we could do more. Like
That's a fact.
it's
Yeah.
like you're at the gym, right? You're like, I could do a little more heavier than this. But we you like, fuck it, I'm tired today, so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like, do the bare minimum, right? But I think overall, if we're trying to like get to greatness, so I think with that mindset, it's gonna be a little bit harder for us to get to that next level. Because I believe for us to like get to that next level, what we want to be at, we have to like redevelop our skill sets, right? And work
That's a
ethic.
fact.
So for me, that's what I'm trying to get to. So yeah, I agree with your point.
Yeah.
That's true. It's hard to just give 100% of everything. But I was talking more about if I'm working on a specific task, just going
Mm-hmm.
all in on that until I'm done, and then the next one.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Locking in on it.
Right.
Man, I think it's a simple thing, but it's a hard thing. And
It's
nowadays,
hard.
bro, sometimes you just got to put that phone away, bro. Like
Right.
you could get lost and just look, even if it's not even just scrolling, it might just
Right.
be like, I hop on Amazon and I see this thing, and it
Right.
makes me think, this news thing comes up, and I'm like, damn, that's going on over there, and then it's like, oh, damn, I need to check my, my account, stock account, whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's just sometimes I think you just almost have to just put that in another room when you're working
Right.
on the task, bro, and
Right.
just lock in for a minute. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's
Right.
what I've been wanting to do a little bit more, man, is just put it because we all get caught
Right.
scrolling, and you know what I mean? And I've been trying to use social media more like a business,
Right.
but as
Right.
soon as you hop on there, bro, it's easy to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I see
Yep.
both y'all posted stories. I'm on there. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just it's shit going on right when you in there, man. So that's another thing with me, man. I've just been trying to, you know, at least
Right.
limit the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's funny that you mentioned. I was actually just having a conversation with somebody about this yesterday. They actually use a third party app to restrict their like screen time, like on like social,
Mm.
like you can like
Mm-hmm.
particular apps like Instagram and stuff like that, and it monitors like your screen time, and like it lets you know like, all right, your 15 minutes of screen time is up, on this particular app, and like
Right.
and doing that to like obviously like to minimize her time on social media, and just like really just trying to like stay focused and diligent in other aspects of her life. And I think that's important, like it really is, trying to like set yourself up for success in the sense of like just avoiding as many distractions as possible.
Right.
And yeah, it's just funny that like everything like kind of
Got it.
we were literally just talking about this yesterday, like, and that's something that I think I need to start implementing more too, because
Right.
social media, like, what's crazy is like technology has connected us more than it ever in life.
Right.
It's also disconnected us in so many ways.
Right.
Like we're so connected that we're disconnected, like in
Right.
um I think in giving 100% effort, I do agree with what both of you said, just as far as like differentiating between, like giving 100% to like one particular thing at like any given time. That's extremely hard to do.
Right.
Like you have seasons, right? Like and we talk about it all the time. Like balance isn't something that I think is attainable in the long term. I think balance
Right.
can attain in the short term, like, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be something that outweighs the other, and that's because
Right.
of prioritization. Like I think
Yeah, that's a fact.
when it comes to giving your maximum effort to anything, I think you really have to prioritize what those things are. Like maybe in this season of my life, I'm prioritizing my career. Maybe
Right.
the next season I'm prioritizing my family, like kind of thing and stuff like that. And so like I think there's always going to be things that like just require more of your attention and
Right.
cognizant of that. Now you obviously like we're always going to do our best to try and balance those things out. Like I'm not saying
Right.
neglectful of all other things like
Right.
on music. I'm not saying I should neglect friends, family, like my health. Like I'm not saying I should neglect that stuff. It's just, this is what I'm pouring my everything like and there's just other pieces of it that kind of pour over, at the end of the day. But I think as long as you're like in that particular moment in that season giving your maximum effort, regardless
Right.
that looks like, I don't even really know if 100% is attainable. Like I really don't.
Right.
Like, and if even
Right.
it is, it's not sustainable. Like
Right.
so. I think that's a big thing too.
Right. No, it's true. For me, I like the reason why I feel like 100%. I think if you aim so high, even let's say the goal is 100%, if we don't get close to 100%, at least we're gonna get to 80, at least 90,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's still way more than a lot of
What are you
people
doing
aim,
right now?
right?
yeah,
Exactly right now.
yeah.
And also, you mentioned some really good idea when it comes to social media, though. It's a really good tool to connect us, but at the same time, man, it's a lot of distraction. And
Mhm.
one thing I
Mhm.
have been implementing lately too is on Instagram's quiet mode. So when I wake up, because I'm trying to like dedicate time to do specific things. So on IG, usually my IG is on 12 hours quiet mode. So whenever, because it's so easy, whenever you're doing something, you see a notification and then you go to check. But once I'm not seeing the notification,
Yeah,
it's a little harder. And it's hard, man, because at the end of the day, like we just been so conditioned just to like check it, like to check it for all the time to like retrain your mind to
hmm
like, you have the time to focus on this. Whenever you get this done, reward yourself with 10 minutes on Instagram.
yeah,
And those things are hard. And that's something I feel like this month I've been trying to do because I remember I was reading and then I got phone calls from my friends in Philly and I'm like, God damn, I want to read. This is my time for reading. I was like going to answer the phone, like, nah, I'm gonna call you guys back. Let me just finish this, and then
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
that
yeah,
done and called it later on. So just being more disciplined, I think for me, that's kind of like what been helping me. Having
yeah.
time designated for certain things.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing though. Like, if there's anybody who's a master at that, it's P. That boy, he be in the moment. Sometimes, like he will be. If there's anyone who's gonna ignore their phone, it is P.
Hey, if he locked in, ain't no switching up. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
In case of an emergency, do not reach out to P because
Yeah,
right,
that probably don't make me your first call if like you got an emergency. You can
right,
make me like your third or fourth call, like if you have an emergency, but don't make me your first because I'm not for sure gonna answer. But part of that is because like whenever I'm locked in, I'm usually there. I try to be at
right,
least, you know what I mean?
right,
So and that's even with like little tasks that I'm doing, right? Like I try to be
right,
like, like even if I'm reading, I'm like I'm gonna knock this out before
right,
and I'll hit you back for sure. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I try to be locked in when I'm locked in and and if somebody call me back, back to back, then I probably
right. Oh, of
I
course,
get that.
yeah,
I know it's an emergency, but most calls, to be honest,
it's
aren't
not,
emergencies.
it's not.
You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
just to be real. So
No, but yeah, because I just chopped up my life, bro. I really want to like push myself to that next level, and I believe that now everything that I have done so far, this skill set that I have was able to accomplish those things. But now I think if you're trying to reach to that next level, if you want to like develop something, create something more that you've never done before, those next level require next level discipline, right? Next level focus,
yeah,
next level work ethic, right? And for me right now, at this point of my life, that's what I'm willing to do because I already told myself that I know I'm capable of doing it. For me, just not applying myself and just trying to like halfway work my way through it whenever I get tired, like, oh, I'm tired, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But if you just keep doing that, at the end of the day, you start to like slowly condition your mind to procrastinate. So for me, it's like just whenever, because now I'm trying to like hold myself accountable. Whenever I say I'm gonna do something like today, my goal for today, I gotta work out. I haven't done it yet, but I know you're gonna get done before midnight.
Mhm.
So even though I
Yeah.
don't want to go because it's cold outside, but I already told myself I gotta do those things. So for me, it's just like whenever I tell myself I'm gonna do those things, just holding myself accountable. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to do it. Like tonight, I don't want to work out. I just want to stay home. But now it's like I have to do those things because I said it. So for me, it's like I think just creating like a new mindset for that next chapter that I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Does it help y'all to like schedule stuff at specific times? Like specific times. I heard that can help like not say like
Right,
I want to do something, but I want them to do it at
Mhm.
right.
7
No, it
p.m.
helps. It
You know what I
helps.
mean?
But
Because even I would say even with like the lives we've been doing, just knowing that
right,
it's at the same time every Monday, we have. I mean, I was looking at. I think this is like 11th episode, so shout out to
right,
that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I mean? But just knowing that it's the same time, it's already scheduled. Like I pretty much got an hour out of my Monday
right.
for indefinitely, like from
Yeah.
now, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I know this time I'm doing this. I move everything around it, whether Z was
Right,
moving or I was out
right.
helping him move one week or just in different cities, you know what I mean? But scheduling that specific time I think helps with that
Oh,
too, you
facts.
know what I mean?
That's the key, bro. And the reason why I think my workout schedule fluctuates is just with my schedule, right? Because some days I'm like busy in the morning, and some days like I'm not busy in the morning. I'm busy in the evening. So it just depends. So I just try to like fit my workout schedule just to fit in with my overall schedule. But
Yeah.
I agree. Just having a set time makes it a lot easier because you already know what to do. You already know what time you got to go work out. You already know what. Because today I knew this live was at 7 p.m. So that's
Hmm.
time was
Yeah,
dedicated to this live. So it just, but
right.
I agree. I think that's the best way to go about doing it. Just having that
Yeah,
specific time.
Hmm. And I personally like I know that's I've noticed that's just one of my flaws is like I need to be better at structuring my days, you know, like, and I think that's the thing that makes me the most excited about like jumping into entrepreneurship full time. Like I truly like, even though that's like a concern of mine, like, you know, like I haven't been able to do that. Like I have so much more time to do it now. Like, you know, like I don't have an excuse to like be like, oh, like I didn't structure out my week. Like, you know, like I absolutely can. Like every day, I know exactly what I'm doing at this particular time. Like, you know, from and I think what I'm gonna do is like more so give myself ranges, like from
Right.
2 to 4. You know, like I'm going to, you know, send out emails. You know, like from 4 to 6, I'm gonna go to the gym. You know, kind of thing. So like, you know, like
We
I
ain't doing no ranges. We're gonna give specific time. I just
at 4:53, I'm going to the gym.
yeah, that's a fact, man. And
4:53
not a minute
p.m.
later, you know.
Earlier, we going. Yeah, we locked in, baby. We locked in. That's nah.
No, but I think that's good. The ranges too. But for me, like we know what Ramon said. Why for me, just having a specific time, for me that method works best. And I'm trying. That's what I'm
Hmm.
trying to get back. It worked best for me because when I
Yeah,
say, for example, yoga at 6 in the morning, I know when I wake up at 6 a.m. the first thing I'm doing yoga. So I
Yeah.
think just
yeah,
having a structure. Yeah, you can always pivot, right? You can always change. But I think just having that time just set up, right, it makes it a lot easier. Because because at the end of the day, you're like, oh yeah, I have time. I'll do it later. But I feel like
right.
if you have that time set,
Hmm.
at the end of the day, you're like, damn, all right, it's 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
It's time to go to the gym. so,
That's a fact.
so I just think it's just important. And that's what I'm trying to get to. But with my
Hmm.
workout, like I said, man, it's kind of like, but sometimes I go with my girl because her schedule is different, right? So I have to like, with my workout schedule, it has to go around with her schedule because I'm helping her to like get in a better shape. So my fitness schedule is all over the place. But
Yeah, yeah,
everything else is organized. Like yeah, like this morning, like 11 o'clock, my lunch break, I was gonna read all those things. Yeah, I think that just helps the most when you have
yeah,
everything just organized.
Yep.
yeah. And I think you hit on something too. It's like a small thing, but it's a big thing. It's sometimes it's dope just to be productive on your lunch break. Like you don't
Right.
realize what you could get done in a week if you're
Oh
doing
yeah.
something productive on you. I know you be tired sometimes. I know I do. Sometimes I don't do.
Right.
I just want to sit there on my lunch break.
Right.
But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it is dope to just have something scheduled in that lunch break to be like, you know what I mean? I eat real quick and then just,
Right.
you know, that adds up, bro. Every lunch break, you know what I'm saying, after a month, with
Yeah.
that's, 5 times, with 20 times you could have done something. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
Right.
yeah,
It
man.
does, man. And even like what I've been doing too, bro. Like because one of my goals like this month is like read a book,
Mhm.
every day. And that's what I've been doing, bro. Whenever work is slow, I just grab my book. Even for like 20 minutes, I'll just read.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Instead of like,
fact.
because what else? If I'm not reading, I'll be on IG scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
So
fact.
instead of me scrolling, now I'm trying to like retrain my brain to just like read, do something productive on my lunch break instead of just like sitting there and watching TV. It's
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
bro. Like I don't do it every day, but I feel like that's where I'm trying to get to. Because I really, bro, like this, I really want to go to that next level that we were talking about. I'm willing to give that 100% commitment. I'm ready to settle down in regards to like my health. You know what I'm saying?
That's so childish,
Yeah,
bro.
Very
I'm ready.
You ready to
I'm ready to settle down.
that boy put a ring on it. That
Right.
ready to
No,
settle
for
down for
real.
the long haul.
Do you know that feeling though? You're like, I'm ready. I'm ready
Yeah.
for this now. I'm ready to
This is
do whatever it takes to settle down on my
this could be
goals.
the one. This could be the one. Like I'm ready to
No, I feel like that's why
I
I'm
know
at.
what you mean.
That's
That's a
why
good
I'm
point.
at, man. Like I feel like the hunger is there. I was like, all right, I've seen all these, other things right now. I want this so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I was talking to Zenas. I'm enjoying the process, right? I'm not
Yeah.
so fixated on the goal and stressing about it. No, I'm enjoying the process, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every
Yeah.
day, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun, but I'm just ready to settle down in regards to that.
But I feel that though. That's a great way to put that, bro. Like
Right.
we've been running reckless for way too long, brother. Like it's time to settle down,
No,
man.
you have to, bro. You have to if you want to
That boy
build
done
that
graduated.
family, right?
He done
What you
graduated
said,
from.
Z?
That's a fact.
So that's kind of where I'm at, man. But what do you think? What are some reasons you think it's hard, right, for us, man, to like not go 100% or go all in? What do you think is that? That sometimes not just us, but I feel like we are some of the people we not to like brag a little bit, but we are above average.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are above average, and we still struggle, right? And we still
Yeah.
struggle with these topics that we were talking about. So what about the average person? What do you think are some of the reasons that most people don't just go all in or even apply themselves, even 50 or 30 or 50 or 60%?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
Well, I think the only separation becomes of like either thinking about doing it and doing it, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the only real separation what it is. And I think like a lot of people think about doing stuff, but they either don't really know where to start, um don't really know what they're passionate in, and
Yeah.
I think that's where you just have to kind of just try stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um But I think a big thing, bro, is it's the truth of it, bro. It's just like life be hard, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like we gotta all
Yeah.
like people's different situations be different.
Right.
Maybe got kids or we all have to make some type of money to survive unless we're just gonna
Right.
like walk into the mountains and just live out there. And who knows, somebody might own that land and be like, yo, get the hell up out of here. You know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like to be honest, I think that's a big thing. Is like, and then we're kind of like we've been taught for so long, like this is how you make money, right? You go get a job, right? And then the job
Right.
just takes so much out of you, bro. It takes a lot of energy, even if you're not in like a physical job, bro. Just mental exhaustion. We talked about is real,
Hmm.
bro. That should be so hard, man. So I honestly think that like a lot of people just tired.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
tired, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, kind of like you just want to have things take your mind off of shit once you off. So you might be
Right.
scrolling or watching TV just to kind of like, damn, I just need
Hmm.
to breathe for a second.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's just a couple things, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And piggybacking off of that, like I think, to one of P's last points, he said just like people just sometimes want to like just mentally check out. Like, I mean, I also think like just leaning into that a little bit more. I think people like want just like, like what comes easy, like and just now
Right.
like and giving 100% effort to anything is not easy and it doesn't come naturally. Like I don't think it's easy to commit to something, just like Diamond said, I'm settling down. Like, it took my man 33 years to get to like I'm down.
Settle
And
down, boy.
so
He's tired of being a bachelor.
this ain't something
I'm tired.
overnight. It takes time. It takes a lot of time and effort to get there, like, and it's not an easy thing, like
Right.
to anything, so um to P's point again, like earlier, just like some people just not knowing exactly what that thing is that they want to give 100%
Mm.
effort to. I think also another thing is fear. Like I think, sometimes people want to try something, or they want to do something, but
Mhm.
they're afraid to take action because, like, they saw somebody try and do the same thing and failed, or
Right.
maybe they tried it themselves and failed, like, and they still really like want to do that thing, whatever it is, but they're like, man, like, like I felt flat on my face before, and I don't want to necessarily do that again, like.
Right.
So, just like we talked about last week, more people operate out of fear than faith. Like
Right.
I just I just believe that. I think giving 100% of your effort to anything takes a lot of faith and a lot of commitment. Like, like it's
For
Right.
just
sure.
it's you're going against the grain in a lot of ways, because just like, like I'm just like fully like locked in. I'm laser
Right.
focused. Like that's not something that, like, to Diamond's point earlier, like that's even the people who are above average struggle with,
Right.
like you got to be like probably in the 10 percentile of the population in order to really like be laser focused and accomplish a lot of
Right.
that we want to accomplish. Like when you say stepping into greatness, into the full potential of ourselves, like
Right.
that that takes and requires so much, and um I think that's the biggest thing, man. I think it's fear, like it's just like, man,
Right.
like the fear of the fear of not being able to pay bills, the fear of,
Right.
I got all these other people depending on me, and I don't necessarily want to let them down, like, and it's just like, so like let me like just suck it up and just do what is going to get me by, for the time being, kind of thing. And I think that's how we get trapped in that loop, right? That never ends,
Right.
because, just like P said earlier, we have to exist, and that's just the fact
Right.
of life. Like, we still have to exist, and we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Diamond, you made a good point. Like, what we talk about, just as far as goals and all that stuff, that is something for the privileged, right? Like
Right.
we're not stuck in survival mode.
Facts.
We're not we're not in God we're not in the Gaza Strip right now fighting for our lives, like getting
Right.
left and right, like like where we don't even have to, like, that's a luxury to be able to think about, like, oh, like the hopes and dreams and like goals of what it is that I truly
That's
want
a
to,
fact.
the impact that I want to make on this world. That's a privilege.
Facts.
And we also can't take that for granted too, like that's
I
something that,
agree.
but I think stepping and putting yourself out there and truly, like I said, stepping into the full potential of yourself, giving your 100% effort, you fully got to operate, I think, a lot on faith, like you got to, like,
Right.
you just got to, you got to walk on faith sometimes, and just like,
Right.
I'm giving it my all, kind of thing. Like,
Right.
at some point you're gonna have to like let go of the ledge, right? Like, you're gonna have to let go of the ledge, and that's a scary thing to do.
Right. That's true. But do you got something have that little voice in the back of your head telling you like you could do more? Because sometimes, bro, I feel like if I just like not go all in on whatever it is what I want to do, that's the little voice inside of me telling me, bro, you could have done more. You could
Hmm.
have done more. If you
Mhm.
keep doing this is your life just gonna be like this. And it's kind of like hard because I want to escape that. I don't want to hear it, right? Like I want to turn
Yeah.
it off, but it's hard to turn it off. It's just right there. Because I'll sit out now like, man, I know I could be doing more. I
Hmm.
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
whatever it is that I'm doing right now, I'm not doing things at my full potential. Like, and sometimes I feel like I'm just wasting time. And then just that fear, knowing that every day we're getting older, and there's gonna be a time that we're gonna have a lot of responsibility, and we're not gonna have this energy and be able to have this freedom and luxury that
Hmm.
we currently have right now. That stresses me out a lot, right? And then sometimes I'm mad, like, God damn, man, like why, like you said, man, it's hard because we are just, I think human beings naturally we just gravitate being comfortable.
Yeah.
It's easier to just sit on the couch and just watch TV than to go and read a book, than to go and make beats, than go for
Yeah.
a walk.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we just gravitate towards things that are comfortable because at the end of the day, we don't want to push ourselves. But for me, like I know, bro, at the back of my mind, if I don't achieve those things I want to accomplish, I'm really not gonna feel satisfied because I feel like I never really give everything my all. I want to reach to a point that I can say, I went all in on this goal. When I fell down, like, no, damn, I tried everything. But most of the time, we never reach to that point in our life to say that
Hmm.
we try everything. I mean, everything's relative, right? Because I'm not sure you can do
Yeah.
everything, but just everything within my realm, right? Knowing that, hey, man,
Yeah.
I network, I grind hard, I did everything that I could possibly know of, that I possibly know of in order to get this, and I didn't do it. I think I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But for me now, I feel like I can't tell myself I have done that in anything, right? So for me, that's kind of like the fear in my mind is like, damn, bro,
Yeah.
you got to do more. You got to be better than this, you know? So
Bro,
I feel like that's where I'm at.
and just touching on that, bro, I honestly think that's the reason why, like, you're probably gonna be like almost destined to be great. I think you almost have to have that voice. Me and Z talked about that before. Like, would it be easier to just chill all the time or harder? You know what I mean? And it's like we talked about for us specifically, it was kind of like it would be harder. Because like when I chill too long, bro, I be feeling like, bro, I need to there's something in me. I don't know what it is. It's like I gotta lock back in. I don't know what that is. Like you said, it's a little voice is just like, bro, you need to be doing something. Like it's like somebody's just sitting there telling me, like, bro, you need to, you know better. Like you know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is, but you know, like it could be looked at like you said. Sometimes you wish you could just turn that shit up. I see Z be saying it. Like sometimes I wish I could just be a floaty, bro, and just be out there, just, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, bro. But you know what I mean? Like it's something in me, man, and that just pushes me to do something. So like you know, like it's tough to have, but then I'm glad I have it too, because it's like you know something like. You know, and I think that's been a cool thing that me and Z been kind of focusing on with music is just like treating it like the way that a business treats it like that. Because like there's no days off in a business, right? But we just like for some reason we just it's like cool with taking days off the things that we actually want to do. You know what I mean? So it's like just like figure out how to really like put this effort that we're talking about to things that we want. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I think you gotta be obsessive, man. If you look at the great, bro, like I feel like sometimes it's something you just have to feel not a little bit crazy, but a little bit,
For sure.
a little bit point of sanity, right? I think it's kind of like close. You have to be like someone like, man, I want this bad.
Yeah.
I think that's that level of mindset and discipline. Like, you know, if you hear like stories of like Kobe Bryant, right, going to the gym, like shooting 300 shots a day, like just being insane, like just want it bad.
Yeah. It's funny that because I think there's a very thin line between like genius and insanity, right? And I think honestly what that line is success. You know,
like,
results,
huh? Results is the only
exactly what it is. You know, like if Kobe, you know, like never made it into the league and was just like, you know, like just ended up being like a D3 player, ended up dropping out and stuff like that and just like obsessed just over basketball all the time, people would be like, bro, like you're like insane, you know, kind of thing. Like,
what are you doing?
He stepped into Mamba. Like he embraced, you know, epitomized what Mamba mentality is. So there, you know, like he was idolized for it. Like, you know, like, bro, you're a genius, you know, like, and I truly think that's what the line between genius and insanity is results, is success. You know, like at the end of the day, Elon Musk is crazy, you know, but like also stupid successful. Like, so people just like you just run with it, right? Because it's just like, oh, yeah, like I mean, he's Elon Musk though. He's like the richest man in the world. So it's just like, you know, there's a lot of people out there, like, you know, like, what's his name? The super controversial guy.
Who?
We were just talking Andrew Tate. We were just talking Tate that, like, you know, like, but he's also successful too. Like he also teeters like the line of like you know, like he's probably just crazy, honestly. Like, you know, like it's just like people always like disregard like your level of crazy, like, or your level of obsession because you are successful, right? You know, like you know, like, so it's almost like you can kind of dismiss it, like, you know, like a lot of people, like I'm sure a lot of musicians, like, you know, like who are just not even borderline, who are obsessed with everything that they do, and it's just like all he does is focus on music. He don't ever focus on me. Like he's just so obsessed. But like I am. I'm so, like, if I'm being completely honest, I am obsessed with it. You know, like so I truly think, you know, like that thin line is true results in success. Like, you know, at the end of the day.
That's true, because but do you think it's possible to have balance in all aspects though? So now, let's say if you want to go in pursuit of that one thing, do you think
no. Ain't no balance. I heard this thing me and Z was talking about it one time too, and it said like there's like either seasons of focus and balance, and you can't be in both at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, because if you're super focused on something, you're lacking in something else. It just is, bro. It just is. Like if you really giving 100% towards something, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
you're gonna be lacking in something else.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
Right.
missing something. You're gonna be missing maybe quality time with people around
Right.
you. You're gonna miss some birthdays, maybe. You might, you know what I mean? Just depending on what you choose to focus on, there's gonna be things you lack. You're not gonna be, you know what I mean, in the group of some of your friends when they start talking about like, you know, the number one seed in football in NFL, you might not know what they're talking about. Like, damn, I ain't watched the game all season. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're just gonna be out of the loop of certain things when you focus on things.
Right.
So I don't think you can really have like balance is like the
Yeah.
hardest thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
So it's
also
not it's
walking.
not like a, go ahead, Z.
No, go ahead.
No, I see it's not. Isn't like is there a superhuman trait that you can like get or figure out and just have balance and everything? And you like,
Nah,
because it's true though. Because I know whenever I was like fixated on like my fitness and other things, I noticed that like other areas of my life was like a little bit lacking, right? Because I'll
yeah,
be
Mhm.
somewhere and I'll be kind of upset when people are now like, I want to get out of here. You know what? Why am I even here, right? And
Yeah.
then people, and now like people could actually feel the rush, right? Because I was rushing them to do certain things because I don't want to be. I want to go work. So now
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like, damn, is there a way to like maybe I don't know, man.
Nope.
I don't, I don't think.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. I think a lot of it is about intentionality, right? Like I think
Right,
intentionally, like we're not trying to be dismissive or like like
right.
not trying to like neglect certain things or certain people in my life. It's
Mm,
like that's why I think it's important to have like that support system behind you, and I mean like the people who are truly in your corner, like which
right,
that's very strong because at the end of the day, those people just get it. Like like when I tell you I don't want to go out to a party tonight, when I tell you that I don't want to like go to this ball game as much as I would love to, like and I think that's another thing too is like when you're giving 100% effort or your maximum effort towards something, you don't have FOMO. Like it's not
right.
like yeah, it's like cool. I could be out partying. Like Drake said it all the time. Like while y'all was out partying, I was making the music that y'all party too. Kind of thing. And it's just like that's a bar that's always stuck with me. Like it's not even like it was just like a super crazy bar. It's just always
Right.
it talks to like your there's a lot of layers to it, right? Like at the end of the day, like I'm passionate. I was ready to sacrifice. Like which a lot of things a lot of people, the reason why a lot of people honestly don't sacrifice and don't want to put in 100% effort is because of FOMO. They
Right,
like they're
Mhm.
missing out on something. You feel like you're missing out on a party, or like,
right.
damn, I wish I knew who the he was. Like so I'm gonna make sure I catch every game, kind of thing. And I'm not saying like you can't do those things, but like that balance is just not attainable. Like like I said, I think balance is attainable in the short term, like and I mean
Mm.
very short term. But like at the end of the day, something's gonna require your effort more than not. Like that's why
Right,
me personally, I can speak to my personal life, just like being back in the dating world again. Like like
right.
any woman that I meet now, I'm upfront. Like look, like if you're looking for someone who's gonna give you all and like is ready to commit and all that stuff, that's not like at the end of the day, like I'm focused on my purpose and my dream and accomplishing greatness. Like like I can't
Right,
settle for mediocrity. Like I'm sorry,
right,
like kind of thing. So, um,
right,
and just surrounding yourself with people who understand that, like us. Like at the end of
Mhm.
the day, understand what that grind looks like, what that sacrifice looks like. It's not always gonna be fun. Like like yeah, there
right.
are. We gonna be rich friends. We're gonna be out having a good time, enjoying living our best lives. But like there's also a lot of hard work and effort and grit that goes into being able to enjoy those moments.
Right. Damn. Because I'm still focused on the balance part, right? Because yeah, I mean, I don't
I made a whole
know.
song about that, Diamond. I'm trying to figure out the balance, bro. I still
Exactly.
ain't figured it out. You know, I
Because
made that
it's
song
hard,
like
right?
5 years ago. You
I
know what I'm
know.
saying?
I'm balanced.
I
It's
still ain't
hard,
figured it
bro.
out.
That's true. Because the reason why I feel like balance for me is important, right? Because sometimes I would see like people who are rich and successful. I'm like, I don't want to emulate his life. I don't want his life.
Yeah.
All that success.
Mhm.
I don't want that, right? Because at the end of the day, I think there's people who just focus on money because you can tell about their health, you can tell
Yeah.
about the people around them. So for me, it's like you guys are correct. I think like to give like balance in everything, it's not gonna be attainable. But I feel like you can create a balance in the sense that it's not struggling, right? Things are
Hmm.
still good, It's
Yeah.
not like you, right? But that's what I'm thinking about. But like, yeah, you guys are correct. I don't think you can have balance in everything, but I
Mhm.
think you can structure your life in a way that is still going in pursuit of those things, and
Yeah.
everything around you, those things that are important to you, still works, right? It's not like a
Yeah.
problem. Like your friends are not damn, bro. You don't like, your family, your mom and dad are not like complaining a lot. Because
Yeah.
there is a little balance. You make time for them, right? Even though
Yeah.
it might be a short time, but you're still able to like design it in a way that I'm not just focusing on the money and neglecting my friends. Because at the end of the day, if I have the money and the people who are around me are not there no more, it's not fun no more. So that's kind of
Yeah.
what I'm.
And that, even to go back to the point of like what the live is about, you know what I mean, about going 100% on things. If you kind of restructure what 100% looks like, maybe you can find some type of balance, right? So
Right.
maybe it's 60% on like your businesses, or you know what I mean, money moves. Maybe it's 60% there, right? Maybe it's 10%, or 10% or 20% on fitness and health and stuff
Right.
like that. You know what I mean? But doing these things every day, you know what I
Right.
mean? So maybe
Right.
maybe restructuring like 100% towards everything. Maybe that's the
Right.
balance we can't have. We
Yeah.
can't
Right.
have that one. But if you look at like, I'm giving 60% to the business every day. I'm doing 10%. 10% of my time is working out. 10% of my time is reaching out to people. You could probably find
Right.
some balance, just not
Right.
equal
Right.
balance between
Yeah.
all
Right.
of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's the point I'm
I
trying to
think that's
like.
more that's more realistic. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
because we honestly probably have a chance. We probably have time, like 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes here, probably to reach out to somebody, just to send
Right.
a quick text. Hey, yo, hope you good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Or even calls. These bigger on calls. Like sometimes, just calling them. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's one of the things that's hard for me was with calls, is because
Mm.
sometimes they never are they're never like, I got 10 minutes to holler at you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not,
Right.
Yeah.
especially if you ain't talked to them for a minute, bro. That can easily be an hour and change your day.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think the biggest
Yeah.
thing
Well,
for me
yeah.
is like with certain things, I try to just get them knocked out
Mm.
first, and then with you have the later time to like have stuff that could take me out of like a routine. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I want to get certain things done first before I do stuff. So I think that's,
It's
man.
it's it's true because you're right because it's hard, like you said, right? Then at the end of the day, it's hard to cater to everyone, right? Because everyone's gonna have their needs and things that you have to meet their expectations. At the end of the
Mhm.
day, that becomes impossible. So,
For sure,
so
it
how do
is.
you
It,
create?
it is.
That's kind of hard. Damn. Wow.
I think it's
But yeah,
choice.
right.
It's
That's what
just
I'm trying to get to. That's
we
the point. Cause
choose we choose where we actually give our energy, man, and people
right,
notice that. Like, I think people notice it, man, and not everybody's happy about the level of energy that you're giving them. But if they understand what you
right,
are giving your energy to and why, then I never have a problem. I'm never like, man, damn, Z ain't hit, you know what I'm saying, or like the
right,
bro ain't.
right,
It's even like, and I talk to y'all probably more than I do some of my other friends, but I'm never even with that with them. You know what I mean? Because
right,
I know they're chasing something, they're building something. We'll get up
right,
when time works out
right,
for both of us. You know what I mean? But I always just can, I never feel like that way. So it's kind of, sometimes I feel weird when other people feel that way about me. Like I should be
right,
giving more energy. It's like, but
right,
I know you get busy. I get busy
right.
too. So, when we find the time, we'll figure it out. But you know what I mean?
Right, because I
You
still want to
know,
make it work, man. I don't want to be that person who you just focusing on like the goal and then
Yeah.
neglect everything, right?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
even like the Bible even said it. What is going to profit a man if he gained the whole world and loses his soul? And the soul could be like the people around you, the core people who was there for you, your family, those things that you enjoy. So for me, it's like even though I want to like go all in, 100% focus, I for me, I'm trying to find those things and those people that are important to me,
Yeah.
right? So I believe
mm,
once I have my team for sure, then it's easier because I know who I should be pouring into. I know who I should be giving to. I'm not just giving to everyone. I have a select few people that I care about. Those are
Yeah.
the people that I'm gonna give to, you
Yeah.
know?
mhm.
So now I'm not like my time is like well spent. Now I know what I want. I know my team. So I think by me having my team of people around me, it's a lot easier because I know who I need to check up on.
Exactly. And
Because
I think a big
crazy.
why I think a big reason why that resonates with us a lot is because our purpose is so much bigger than ourselves. Like
Right.
I think a big piece of what our identity is as bros, as sons, as like as like whatever the case may be, like at the end of the day, like we identify as so much more than self, and so that's why I think it's easier for us. Like, we're not gonna be that billionaire who like literally has no one like in their circle. Like, behind them, because like I think there's just so much intention that we put into making sure that like the people around us are good too, you know, like kind of thing, and like making sure that you're setting up opportunities. As I elevate, we all elevate, you know, like, and I think we all have that same mentality too, you know. And so as we're giving maximum effort, you know, like I know that y'all are too, you know, like kind of thing. And so the thing about it is just like there's a level of genuineness between in ourselves and between all of us, you know, like that I think just really resonates well. And that's why like I don't ever see us losing sight of what that looks like, because like that's just such a huge piece of our identity.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you also made a good point about dating and relationship, right? Because, you know, sometimes, like, you know, it slows down the vision, especially if you don't have the right partner on your team. Because sometimes I feel like sometimes women will come into our lives, it's like you already have things figured out, you've been doing things a certain way, and they're trying to like make you change your whole pivot for them. It's like you either get with the program or you're not gonna be part of the program. You know, some people, some men will like pivot and change things to make it align. But overall, for me, what I'm learning is that, like, you know, about having a girl, just having the right one that understands. Yeah, they are annoying sometimes. Hope you're not watching this.
You know she's tapped in. She got a burner. She got a burner account. You know she's watching. You know.
She tell you like, oh, you said I'm annoying, huh?
Yeah, look.
Right. But
Okay.
at the end of the day, I think the right one, like that understands, they know, like at the end of the day, yeah, babe, at the end of the day, like whatever I'm building, if you are in my life, you're gonna be part of it. So this is not just all about me, it's all about you. And I think it's just about finding that person who understands, who willing to like bring peace and help you get there. Because if you look at something, you know, at one point I was like, you know what, having a girl makes it harder for you to achieve your goals. But if you look at other, you know, people who are affluent and able to achieve their goal, like Barack had Michelle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at other people, Elon had his wife behind him, like, you know, all those
Most
other,
super successful people did have somebody. That's the
right,
truth, right?
right. So my
Mm-hmm.
outlook have changed on that. At first, it was like, man, you know, women are, but I think now it's not just about the woman; it's about the right one, you know,
Yeah,
That's
or
a
the
fact.
one that
it's a
understands.
particular breed of woman to understand.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
And I think that even like that's a big piece of it, but the big piece is also just the people in general you have around you, right? Like your network, and then that your network, we don't really look at like a relationship like that, like a, you know, intimate relationship like that, but it is part of that. That's a
right,
person you have around you all the time. Like, are they
Yeah.
pouring into you, or are they taking from you all the time? You know what I'm saying? You got to really look at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
right,
Mm-hmm. And I've also like back on like my relationship too, and like, you know, like just trying to be more intentional, like, you know, moving forward, like not always trying to make it so one-sided, like where it's just like all about me, you know, because like at the end of
right,
it needs to be like a reciprocal like relationship, like absolutely. I believe in reciprocity a lot, but when we say like it takes a particular breed of woman, I think like it also like I need a woman who's just, and I don't want to necessarily just say like say just as like purpose as me, but like who ultimately like wants more, like, you know, like I think
right.
it's important to have in a partner too, you know, like someone who understands that lifestyle, like they want to contribute too, like, you know, like they're not just trying to like be a freeloader or anything like that, because I don't think any of us are that type, you know, like you know. But at the end of the day, like you know, like you mentioned, like Barack had or Michelle Obama, like
Right,
Michelle is a boss, like Michelle moves a
right,
way, you know, kind of thing, you know, like you know, we always talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce. They both they that's the king and the queen right there. Like they both move in a very particular way, you know, like, and like it takes to be a power couple, you if
right,
two powerful people, you know, at the end of the.
right.
And so you can't just be one power person and then like the other person trash. That's not a power couple. Like, you know, I'm trying to be a power couple. You know, like whoever my
Right,
partner and I are. Like at one point in my life, you know, like if I ever do settle down and like, you know, like end up exploring that intimacy in my personal life, I gotta be with somebody who's a shaker, who's a mover, who understands. Because like if for whatever reason something happens to me, or like I fall on hard times, you know, like she can pick up, like, you know, like I think a lot to Gucci Mane's wife, you know, like when he went to prison, and you know, like he left her with like, you know, access to like his resources and stuff like that. It's not like she just sat on it, was just like chilling, like, oh yeah, cool, like, you know, like he came out to like even more money than he had, or like that he left her with, you know, like, and it takes like, you know, like that particular brand of woman, like that breed of woman, to understand that it's just like, yo, like we got to move as a unit, you know, like we both
right,
got to be like very And I think a big piece of that is education, right? But yeah, we trying to be power couples at some point in life, like
Right.
it takes a powerful woman and to understand that too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Ramond made a good point because yeah, networks is not just your significant other, but
Mm-hmm.
also the people around you, right? Because at the end
Yeah,
of the day, if you have people around you who are go-getters, it's like people who want more. Because it's easier to call Z and have
Yeah,
this conversation. Because I know damn well Z, like, bro, like, what the fuck, man? I can always go back and be an account manager. I'm like, yes, that's what I want to hear. I don't want someone
yeah,
telling me like, oh, bro, it's hard. Like, why? No, I don't want to hear
yeah.
that.
yeah,
Go home and be
Mhm.
broke.
Yeah. Like any
It's
like
good.
and stuff like that, you gotta avoid that, like negative energy, like
yeah,
and just like we talk about all the time, it's not always coming from like, usually it's coming from a genuine place, like they want
yeah,
you to do well, like
Right,
for instance, like we know DG that you're doing well right now, like like you're
right,
doing
mhm,
extremely well, and so like the person who is giving you that advice, like, oh, bro, I don't think you should do that, like you're
yeah,
good, you live a good
right,
life, stuff like that. But it's just like we're not trying to be good, we're trying to be great,
right,
and a lot of people just don't understand that. Like I don't want
right,
to just be good, like because at
right,
the end of the day, I feel like that's settling me for me personally.
right,
I know what good looks like. I'm living it right now. I live a
right,
good
yeah, yeah, yeah. I live a
I
good
live
life. Yeah,
a life, and I'm very appreciative of it. But I know that great is possible, and I've
right,
experienced it before. Like when you had that sample of what greatness looks like and feels like, it's just you're hooked forever, like kind of thing. And like I think that's why that voice always stays in the back of your mind, because it's just like, man, like when you fly first class for the first time, it's just like, bro, I don't ever want to fly economy.
oh yeah,
Because you had that sample of what that looks like, right? And it's just like, I think that's important to remind ourselves and to surround yourself with people who remind you, like, bro, we ain't trying to be flying economy, we trying to be flying first class,
right,
so yeah, I think that's important.
I was about to ask y'all like how y'all actually stay like happy while y'all like in good spirits while y'all are giving 100%. But then when I'm listening to y'all talk, it's apparent that
oh
that's the
yeah,
way you want to be living, the real way you want to be living. So you're gonna be happiest when you are
right,
giving that effort. You know what I
Exactly.
oh
mean?
yeah,
Like to
Exactly.
be honest, like if I'm off and I'm not doing enough, that's when you know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean. My energy is gonna be a little different. You know what I mean?
right,
But when
Yeah.
I'm locked in and shit like that, you could probably I might light up a room. You know what I'm saying? Come in there, what
right.
up, boy?
Yeah.
You good? You know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know, so
Yeah.
yeah,
It's crazy that you say that, because in my previous relationship, my partner would always say, like she's like, I always felt like you present your best, like I could tell like you're always like your purest self when like you're in a creative high, like like you just you're moving in a particular way, like like you light up a room and stuff like that, and it's just like because you feel purpose in everything that you're doing, right? Like
mhm,
doesn't feel wasted, like it's just
Right,
like everything just comes so effortlessly, just because like life just flows, like it's just like flowing through you, like creativity for me is just like I can't even explain it, like, and it's just
right,
I think about that a lot, like when we have those conversations, and I was just like, you know what, like you're absolutely right, like like I felt like I was at my lowest point in my life, like in 2020, in the pandemic, when there was a lot of things that happened that year. That was a tough year. Like, like people were inside that were not outside. And like, my creativity took like a super low dip. And like all of a sudden, like I felt like that was like a very depressed time in my life. And I know that
mhm,
kind of thing. So when you experience, like you recognize like you as yourself, like it's just like I recognize that like I am at my lowest when I'm like so far removed from my purpose, like too. And P and I, we talked about that recently, like, like or I think like Africa reminded us of so much, like, like that ability to present your best self each and every day and be happy, and like knowing that everything that you're doing feels good, like feels like
right,
it feels purposed at the end of the day, like like you feel passionate about everything, like that's a feeling that you need to be reminded of sometimes. And that's exactly what Africa was like. It was a reminder that like like that light within us shines bright, and
right.
we gotta let it too,
Right. Yeah, talking about Africa too is good because for me, bro, like every day I just woke up with gratitude, right? Because I'm happy, I'm healthy, the people around me are doing good, so I have nothing to complain about. Like we talked about, life is good,
Yeah.
but I
Hmm.
believe that yeah, good is good, but I don't want to be good, right? I want to go to the next level. It doesn't mean that I'm stressed out. It doesn't mean I'm angry. It doesn't mean I'm sad, but I know, yeah, I already experienced good. I want more than just good. And
Mhm.
then just going back in Africa, bro, like one thing that really humbled me, just made me really grateful, just seeing, because that was my first time in like 23 years, and seeing everyone that I grew up with still at the same level. And I'm
Mhm.
like, God damn, that could have been me, you
Yeah.
know? So I was
Hmm.
like, so I
Yeah.
have no reason why in this position to even complain.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like the
that's a
things that I
fact.
want right now, they are just icing on the cake. I can live this level of life and be
That's a
fine.
fact. It
People
live
will kill
good.
for my
Like, you know what I'm
position.
saying? You're gonna eat
Right.
good, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna, yeah.
People will kill for to be in our position right now. So I
Yeah.
know that for sure. So I'm not taking this life for granted, right? I'm every day I'm like, man, we're blessed. I have people
Yeah.
around me, I have good networking people, good friends, that respect me and I respect them. So life is good. So for me, it's like I'm grateful every day. So with that, seeing what I came from, seeing the people around me still there, bro. Bro, I met this guy. He was way older than me. He was like my brother friend, man. Who was talking about it. 23 years later, dude, and this dude is still like in poverty.
Mhm.
Tell me he like I like we're talking about goals. Like people don't have goals when your mindset is just focused on survival. We
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
goals because all our basic needs are being met.
I
You
met.
know,
Yeah.
bro, people
Yeah.
like all the kids, bro. No one mentioned goals. People like I gotta eat tomorrow. I'm like, God
Mhm.
damn, and I'm out
That's the
here
goal.
straight. So
My
sometimes,
goal
yeah, we
yesterday was to go tomorrow. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
the goal is just get through today. But we have here in the States, right? Life is comfortable, life is complacent because we have all these amenities and resources. So we
Yep.
have bigger goals. So by going back home and seeing that, it makes you realize, yeah, enjoy the process, but at the same time, work on being great.
Work.
Yeah.
So that's
Bro,
what I'm
I
doing
read
right
this
now.
book, it's the subtle art of not giving a fuck, right? And
Mhm.
it talks about like people need to have problems.
Yeah.
Like that's the way that we live, right? We need to have problems to solve, right? So like it's just like what you're saying is like if they don't even have basic food and just certain things, that's their problem. Like that they need to figure out their
Right,
problems to solve is those ones, right?
Mhm.
They have to have problems, and those are the basic ones. We need to figure out how where I'm gonna sleep tonight, where I'm gonna eat, maybe
right,
just the basics, right? As those get met, new ones are made, right? So to be honest, it made me start thinking like you can kind of tell how good someone's life is by what their problems are, right?
Yeah.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's problems is they went to, Whole Foods and they're not accepting the coupon that you see what I'm saying? Like, your life is probably
Yeah.
beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying?
My Apple
That's
Pay is not working.
I've been couponing for years, and I came up here today, and this is I always come up here, and I always spend $300 every time you know what I'm saying, and it's like, well, your life is pretty damn good, then,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So it's
Mhm.
like, but it makes me think too, is like as those problems progress, are are we ever gonna feel fully fulfilled? Like I feel with that voice we're talking about,
Yeah.
that's like, you know what I'm saying, you need to do more. Is it ever gonna be like, all right, you did it? Or probably not.
Mhm.
Not fully, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm sure Jay-Z still has something like,
right,
like anybody could probably say, Jay-Z, you could chill. You did
right,
it. You know what I'm saying? But he's
right,
probably like, bro, nah, I'm trying to acquire
right,
this business, this, you know what I
right.
mean? I'm trying to make sure that my kids can have, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? And it's like those new problems just arise, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
is it ever going to be fully fulfilled? Is another question, you know what I mean?
No,
Uh,
I would say no. I would just say just your mission in life just changes, right? Because I
yeah.
think that once you reach to a certain point, now you realize from a financial standpoint, I feel like once you reach a certain amount, dollar amount, I think financially you good for a generation. You good. I think it's all about now your mission, your legacy. Like now it's about all right. I want to give back more to kids in Africa. It's all about I want to be able to do more. I think now that problem that you have when it comes to financial problems, other things it's gone away, but you have other things. I mean, most people. I'm just talking about for me, right? You have other things
Yeah.
that you want to. You have other things, boys. Or you can give back. You can volunteer more. You can teach. You can impact the youth. So I
Mhm.
think it just changes to different things.
Yeah.
That's why. That's what I think.
And piggybacking off of that, to the point that you made earlier, Pete, is people need problems in their lives. I think people just ultimately need things that they need to be working towards in their lives. And
Right.
I just realized that like for myself personally, like I just know that's how I function. I'm a very objective person. I have to be working towards something to have meaning.
Okay.
I have to, like, you know, like that's why regardless of what boxes I've checked off in my life, you know, like there's still going to be something that I'm working towards. Not like, you know, because just like, you know, D says, or not D, DG says all the time, if we're not growing, you know, we're dying. We're like plants,
Right.
like, and like, even when you attain like, you know, like the particular goals and our financial freedom, the stability that you want and all that stuff, it's just like, okay, I still need to be doing something though. Like I still
Right.
need to be nourishing myself. I still need to be growing, you know, like at the end of the day, because there's so many ways for you to improve and you need to be working towards that. And I just know and I recognize that for myself. Like I have to be working towards something to like to just feel like I'm me. Just to feel like
Right.
good. Because if I'm not, then I'm not me. Like I'm not myself, and I feel off. You know, like I'm like, all
Yeah,
right,
me too.
you know, just like to your point you said earlier, like when you just sitting around doing nothing, it's just like, well, I need to be doing something. Like shit,
Right.
I
like
don't know how to do that. I honestly don't, bro.
mm-hmm,
I don't know how to, like, I can kick it, like, maybe if I go somewhere, I can go kick it for a
mm-hmm,
minute. But I don't know how to, like, as a lifestyle, I don't know how to kick it. I don't.
yeah,
Like,
Right.
I'm trying to make a play. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't. You know? So yeah, it's a crazy thing, bro. Just like you said, bro, it's hard to just do that sometimes. I feel my best
yeah,
when I'm working towards something, man.
yeah,
And I'm sure I see Marco just popped in. I'm
yeah,
sure it's the same for
yeah.
him.
Shout out to Mark.
100%. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Marco, you know, man, he's just a mover, man. It's
Yeah.
like
Right.
I don't know how to just kick it. Like like I said, I can come and kick it somewhere and have a good
Right.
time.
Yeah.
But like as a lifestyle, I don't know
Mm-mm.
how to do that.
Nah.
Right.
My
It's
mind
true.
is like reverting. Even when I'm doing like little stuff, my mind is like reverting to a play. Like if I go out like Friday, right, and then I end up having to out for whatever reason, having to go out on Saturday, right?
Right.
If I'm in like the venue, I'm like, damn, I could probably rent this thing out. I could, you know, we
Yeah.
could do this. Like my mind is just going, it goes to a play, like, you know, so no matter where
Right.
I'm at. So
Yep.
it's a gift and a curse, bro.
No,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard because nowadays, bro, it's hard when it comes to sports, right? Because before I used to love watching soccer and other things, but now and then I'm like, what's the point of watching Ronaldo play all day when Ronaldo already made it? You know, I feel like if I felt like I made it, then maybe I'll be easier on myself to watch him play. Because at the end of the day, like I don't have time to watch NBA. Like, bro, like you know, before I used to watch the NBA games and stuff, like I don't have time to do that anymore because those dudes already made it. That's why we were watching them. I feel like I'm not at that level yet. So the
Yeah.
time that I'm here spending like 2 3 hours all day on Sunday, let me do something that would help me get to where I want to be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so for me, maybe it's just because I think I'm not at that level yet. Maybe it was if I was at that level, my mind still be a little different. But when I see most of the time, I'm like, man, I'm not there yet. So what's the point of me wasting time,
Yeah.
to do that?
Yep.
Let me do
Yep.
something.
Yep.
That's a
Yep.
fact, bro.
Because there's no worse feeling than time wasted. Because you know, like we talk about all the time is our most valuable asset. So like when you feel like your time's being wasted, it's just like, bro, like,
Yeah,
damn, like what did I just do for 2 hours of my life? Like, what the I've
yeah,
been
Bro.
doing this, I could have been doing that.
yeah. And
These people,
sometimes that just depends on who you're with, right? Who
yeah,
you're with, kind of like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just like, we could probably, us three, maybe Marco, go have a drink. I don't feel like the time's wasted.
yeah,
But
Fact.
it's like certain things, maybe it's just like what that room is or what's happening there. That's like, why am I here?
yeah, yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So,
And I think a big piece of that is alignment. You know, like I
yeah,
think we're aligned, like all of us, like you know, like in a lot of ways. You know, like whereas when you're in a room where you're not aligned with, it's just like, man, like what am I doing here, man? Like you know, like let me get up out of here, like you know,
that's a fact. You see what Marco said?
yeah,
That my mind needs to know how everything works, even when I'm having a good time. It's dope to see people making money off things I enjoy doing. That's
absolutely,
the biggest facts, bro. That's
Right.
I think me and Marco, you know, both being Geminis, maybe that's what it's something about that, just the curiosity of that
Right.
wherever I'm at, I'm thinking the same thing, bro. I'm like, bro, how did they put
Fact.
this together? Okay, I see security. I see they got the DJ, they got the, you know what I mean? How did
Right.
they market? Did they, you know, they got the flyers outside? Did they, you know, the Facebook page? You know what I'm saying? Like my mind always moves like that. And then I think it's dope. Like as you get into different types of rooms, you're still doing that, just in
Right.
different types of rooms, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, one thing I want to definitely do, I mean, me and Z was talking about this, is like go to like different types of conferences and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
Right.
just get introduced to more things. Like last year I went to Invest Fest, and it was just super dope seeing like all those different people making money doing all these different types of things. And your mind works the same way. It's just like just opening your mind to different things that you didn't even really know existed. Like, you know, I didn't know you could really own an ATM.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, we
Right.
should all go. Yeah, like Marco said, we, you know, count me in. We should all maybe try to
Yeah,
go to
I'm
Invest Fest
totally
next
down,
year.
bro.
But
I'm
like,
Yeah.
totally
that's one thing
down.
I found out while I was there is like, people own ATMs and they put
Right.
their own money in an ATM. You know what I mean? So you like have
Right.
$2,000, you own the ATM, you make a partnership or wherever it's at, and then you know, you get that little fee, right? That people pay, that $3, $5 fee, that goes straight to whoever owns the ATM. So you know, just like
Right.
you don't know that if you're not in those different rooms, bro. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's just important to put yourself in those rooms and be curious, man. But
Yep.
I say all that to say is I just can't kick it. You know,
Right.
my mind is always doing that. Like, you know
But
what I'm
it's
saying?
good. That's good. I think
Yeah.
everything is system, bro. If you look at everything is system, all those things are system. I feel like once you have a system, it's easier to be able to navigate and have things flow together. You know, if
Yep.
you look
Hmm.
at, you know, even like the live right now, IG, they're making money off, you know, off being live, right?
For
Instagram,
sure. We're
everything is
keeping people
system.
on right now.
Just
Mm-hmm.
create a system, and that's what I'm trying to learn is like a system, bro. And some people will say, oh, yeah, you're not present when you're there because your mind is wandering all over the place. But for me, it's like I'm here, I'm still having a good time. Why my mind is wandering? I'm good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah. I know
present, just
Diamond, you going Dougie, but you still gonna wonder. You know what I'm saying? You know
I'm,
what
he's
You know
the
what I mean?
But yeah, man. But yeah, bro. I feel like I think this month my motto is like no time left behind. I
Yeah.
just want to be really
I like
like
that.
disciplined with my time, bro. Like
I
making
like that.
sure that everything I'm doing is like helping me reach my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Hmm.
just want to surround myself. I just want to create the environment to succeed, bro. The
Hmm.
people I have around me. Like I just want people to be those who want it bad, bro. Because at the end of the day, if you have someone around you who want it bad, yes, I think it's important to have friends who will accept your delusion sometimes. Because when I call Z, I talk about this figure. You're like, bro, you could do it. When he called me sometimes, you know, yeah, other people might say it's delusion, right? But for
Yeah.
me, like I do believe that it can happen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I believe it. You know, I believe that if I put in the work, if I learn more skills, if I, be more disciplined, if I surround myself with the right people, all
Mm-hmm.
these things that other people might look at and think, oh, I'm being crazy. But in the
Mm-hmm.
back of my head, bro, I believe that I can create these things if I really focus and work towards them.
You
It's just
can.
with me. I'm the one who holding myself back every time. Like you're the
Yeah.
one who's
Yeah.
holding yourself back. So
Yeah.
it's not. It's no one else, bro. It's not the
Mm-hmm.
government. It's nothing. I think everything that I'm learning to take accountability is myself. I'm responsible for everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just willing to work on this person and do more.
Yeah.
That
I
mindset you're talking about frees my fault, Z. I just
no,
wanted
no.
to add one thing to what you said is like that mindset that you're talking about frees you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right,
if you always looking outside of yourself and like this is the reason why I can't do something,
right,
then it's like, well, then they have the power, right? But like
Yep.
when you said like when you take that accountability for yourself, then it's like I got the power to change it. You know what I mean? To change
right,
something. You know what I mean? So that's like that mindset you're talking about frees you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
right.
That's all I wanted to add to that. Yeah.
And then the point that I was gonna add to that was I lost my train of thought. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, my fault.
Right.
No, I lost my. No, it's all good. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me.
Yeah,
Uh,
bro. Because I'm there, man. I think most of the time we blame other people and other things for us not, doing what we want to do in our life. And I believe at the end of the day, we like what we made it this far in our life, bro, is because of all the actions and things we're done, right? We made
Mhm.
right decisions. God, I'm so many times that even when it comes to dating, we feel like I got a lot of baby girls pregnant, a lot. But those are the things that I feel like all the decision we made today, that's where we are right now. So
mhm.
imagine now, if we make better decision, if we actually just like 10x whatever we did before in the past, maybe just try to focus a little bit more. What else can we do? And for me, and that's why I want to know. It's kind of like a math. I'm trying to solve that problem, right? Like,
Yeah.
what else can I do to figure it out? And for me, it's like myself. I have to just find ways to just be more efficient on whatever I'm doing, making sure that my time is well spent on
Mhm.
things that are going to help me reach my goals.
Absolutely.
So Yeah, bro. When I'm
Yeah.
talking about this, I get passionate about it because I be mad at myself sometimes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just be mad at myself.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's a
damn.
gift and a curse.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. Like, it's important to surround yourself with people who make the unattainable feel attainable. You know, like at the end of the day, like, you know, people
Yeah.
who like people who make you feel like you're less crazy for thinking like, bro, like, you know, you can do it. Like, you know, like, because at the end of the day, like, I hate it when people say like be realistic, because it's just like, no, I am being realistic. Like,
You
I know,
fucking for real?
like, be real, bro, like, oh, I can do this shit. Like, so like, it's not like it sounds like me like trying to become this like international superstar DJ, like that to some people that like, bro, like, be fucking for real. But I'm like, nah, I am being fucking for real. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Right,
absolutely believe I can do this, you know, like, and I know I can. I know
Yeah.
I know P, you know, has the potential to be one of the greatest MCs on the planet. You know, I know DG has the ability to be one of the best businessmen on the planet. Like, I believe each and every one of us has the capability of doing that. I believe Marco, you know, has the ability to create one of the biggest staffing companies on this planet, you know, kind of thing. And it's just like, for anyone to say that that's like not realistic, I don't need that person in my corner. I don't even
right,
Yeah.
have, like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna associate with that person, honestly. Like, you know, like I just, you know, like, I need to distance myself from people like that. Like, the only people I need to be surrounded by are people who are gonna like pour into me just as much as I pour into
right,
kind of thing.
right,
I think when you're a dreamer, being around dreamers just like solidify. Like to be honest, like there's nothing y'all could tell me that I would be
right,
like, there's no way. There's nothing.
right,
There's really nothing you can tell me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Because I think just being a dreamer myself, I always like, you know, I'm like, well, shit, like let's reverse engineer it, bro. What do you need to do now? Like, how do
right,
you know what I'm saying? What do you need to? Okay, superstar DJ. You know, we need to get you know residency in New York. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like really, it's like. There's nothing y'all can tell me. I don't think that's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
I just think everything. I think anything is. You know, so it's just more about figuring out how is what I'm
Right.
always interested
oh,
in. You know?
Right. And the crazy thing about that too is, Ramon, most of the people who are telling you that you can't do anything, those people haven't really try apply themselves with anything too. Like, you, bro, like you haven't done anything. You haven't put your mind.
Yeah.
Like, how are you telling me that I can't do it when you haven't given 100% or even 80% effort towards anything? You
Or
know,
20.
I'm not,
Or
bro.
20. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying I want to be the next LeBron James. You know, and then you're like, all right, that's different, right? You're not tall
yeah,
enough, but I'm telling you things that
yeah,
within my, my skill set that I believe I can accomplish. Then at the end of the day, you're just like, oh, bro, no. But I think at the end of the day, I believe that sometimes people are afraid because whenever you have those big dreams, like they are intimidated by you. You're like, God damn, you want to do more. So
yeah.
sometimes they try to like quench that fire, that spark in you, and be like, you know what? Why if you do it this way? No, I want to do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
this is what I'm called for.
Yep.
I think that they either want to a lot of times it's not about you even. It's just about how it makes them feel what you doing more. You know what I
Right,
mean? It might make it like you doing more might make them feel like they're doing less. And they don't, you know, a lot of people just don't like that feeling. You know,
Yeah,
so they
right,
either want to like diminish your light or try to be involved. And sometimes if they don't know
yeah.
how to actually be involved, they'll just tell you how you should be doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
What did Marco say? That what do you think separates a dreamer from someone who goes out and has massive success in what they put their mind to?
action.
Yeah, action.
yeah,
That's the ev- honestly, a lot of people probably have really great ideas. You know,
right,
how many people are actually successful from those ideas? Very small percentage. You know, like, because
right,
they, like, you know, as dreamers, you know, like, we're all dreamers. Like, and
right,
I personally attest to us to saying that we've all had great ideas. I've heard great fucking ideas come out of each and every one of y'all's mouths, you know, kind of thing. But also too, like, it's not just like talking about those ideas, taking action too.
right, correct.
Like, all right,
And
just
consistent action. Consistent
Facts.
action too.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, you know, like, just like P said earlier, like, figuring out the how. Like, we know what the what is now. Like, the idea is there, like kind of
Right.
thing. But yeah, taking action is a big piece. Small actions are action, but not all actions get you to the destination. True.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree, but they get you closer.
Yeah,
right,
It's just, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like a one step ain't gonna get you to the finish line, but you be
right,
one step closer. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
If that step is a bad step, you still figure out how to like make a better step the next time. You know, like, because
right,
yeah,
everything is a lesson. You know, like
right,
are,
yeah,
are losing or are you just learning? Like it's just like, all right, cool. Like damn, like all right, let me step with my toes first rather than my heel first, because like that's just a
Yeah.
better. That's better.
Right.
Like I just
Yeah.
understand how to present my best step each and every time. Like
Right. It's
Well, and
facts, and
I
even
think
like
it is about every small action. I think all those small actions just add up to, like, I really don't think it's like, anybody just jumps from like the starting line to the finish line. It's not like this. I think it is about all of those small actions. I honestly do. It's like every
right,
step gets you closer. You know what I mean? So
right,
I think that's actually the marathon mentality. It's
yep,
like it's a marathon. We still going. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
But at
yeah,
a certain point, you realize I'm closer to the finish line than I am to the
right.
starting
yep,
point.
That
But like when you think about Z, even if you think about music, I'm way closer to where I probably am headed than
right,
where I started from. Like,
right,
sheesh, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy
right,
to think about. You
yeah,
know what I'm
right.
saying? I know
That,
even DG, like I'm like think about like knowing nothing about business or not doing anything about fitness.
right,
You could
right.
say like I'm not where I need to be, but you're closer to there
Oh yeah,
than to where you
facts.
started for
absolutely,
Any
sure.
given day, and even like just with the live, right? That we started like the whole dreamer thing. The reason that from a dreamer and people who actually do things, we had a dream or we talked about this, but we didn't just sat on it, right? We were like, all right, bro,
Yeah,
let's go on live and do it, and we did it. I feel like that's what separates the dreamer from people who accomplish things: action. Because if you just have a goal in mind, if you're not willing to put in the work, that goal is not going to come to fruition. No one's going to know about it. Sometimes you just got to go out and do it. Like we talked about this. We were like, all right, let's go live every Monday. Little
yeah,
action. We're doing it, right? We don't know what's going to be the next step. We don't know if it's going to be the biggest, live ever, right? But we took that first step, faith,
yeah,
got on live and be uncomfortable and talking in front of everyone and just doing it. And I
hmm
feel like
yeah,
that's just do it. Just like Nike, bro. Just do it, right?
just do it.
However, once you start doing it, you're gonna learn from it because by doing this live, there are things that we learn. There are things that we
for
can do
sure.
this better. Like Z figure out ways. Oh, you can schedule IG live because
Hmm.
that was the process. I feel like most of the time people don't even start, so they don't
Yeah,
figure out how to go
yep,
along the way and figure navigate things along the way.
hmm just
That's a fact.
like Mom Duke said, baby
Mom
step,
Duke said baby steps.
baby
I know
steps.
she remembers me being in the basement downstairs making songs. You know what I'm saying? I know she remembers
I
that.
remember when you first gave me your CDs on campus. You were damn.
Come
Yeah,
on, the first day,
I,
bro. It
I
was
mean, what
wrapped.
is
It was
this?
wrapped in a piece of paper too. I know you remember it. It was
Yeah, that's
wrapped in a
right,
piece of
bro.
paper with some writing on it, bro. Like, yo, check that out. I know you was like, what the hell?
That was that, bro.
Hey, check that out, baby. Hey, man, it's some heat on there, bro. Tap in. You know?
No, I kept it for a while. I didn't listen to it right away, but I eventually listened to it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't throw it in the trash. Usually I would go and toss it in the trash, but I kept it for a while.
It's funny even thinking about like that, like me doing that. That's crazy.
Right.
That's delusional. Like what was I thinking was gonna happen with that? I don't know. But I
Freshman
was
year.
trying though. But I was
yeah,
Right.
trying though. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I was
yeah,
trying
But
something. You know?
and
hmm
you learn from that. I'm sure you got a lot of feedback, right? You're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do it this way. Maybe I shouldn't wait when people are in a hurry from class. I feel like by actually
Yeah.
doing things, you understand. But most of the time, people don't even try, bro. They don't
yeah,
even
Hmm.
try. So the
yeah,
people don't even do anything. They're just like, man, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work, and they
hmm
don't
Yeah.
even try. At least put yourself out there. Do it. If you
yeah,
try, like I'm okay to know, bro. Like that's why even in college on some classes when I took, when I know I study all night and go all in, when I didn't get the grades that I wanted, I was okay with that. But
yeah,
when I know, man, I could have studied, but I was hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
That's when I'm so upset. Like, God damn,
yeah,
Yeah,
Raymond,
bro.
yeah.
why
That's
would
a
you
fact.
do?
And that's why like me personally, like, and that's not trying to like take a shot at nobody, like that's why I can't take advice from somebody who's not even trying. Like
Right,
it's like how are you gonna give me how are you gonna give me advice on how to run a race when you're not even in the race, to begin
right,
with.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, man. Like at the end of the day, like just ultimately having that faith in like like where you're going, every step that you're taking, making sure that you're surrounded by the right people, you're aligned with the right people, man. It's just like, man, we gonna figure this thing out, man, and we're gonna roll till the wheels fall off. That's
right.
what we doing, man.
That reminds me of people who never worked out before and they're like bad form. I'm like, shut up, bad life. You just came on there.
That form that's insane.
Bro, you
You ain't
never
been in the
worked
gym in
out.
3 years and you gonna tell
Right.
Diamond he
You
got
know
bad
what a
form?
form is. They're bad form. Like, you just sit on the couch. Shut up. I'm not going. You think I'm going to listen to you tell me bad form? No. Like, I'm not. but people have
And
the
then
nerve.
as we grow, it makes me think of like all them pages that be like talking about like LeBron and stuff. Like I'm like,
Right.
bro, that's so nuts to me. It's so nuts, bro. Like, oh, you talking about LeBum and he flopping all the time, and it's like, bro,
Right.
they couldn't really hold a candle to the type of dedication that he puts in them to basketball every time, and the type of father and person he's been to his family and set up
Right.
businesses and stuff like that. And
Right.
they you got the nerve to say he flops too much. He's a
Right.
crybaby. Bro, he's one of the greatest to ever. You know what I mean? But that's that greatness comes with
Right.
that scrutiny, right?
Right.
If you in those higher positions, more people's gonna see you, and if more people see
Right.
you, more people's gonna
Right.
hate. You know what I'm saying? That's just how
Right.
it works, bro. So
And
really, I think me and Z talked about one time, man. I was like, bro, I don't think we got enough people hating. You know
mhm.
what I mean? Because a hater just
Right.
means that they see you, and even if they don't like it, it's probably somebody that doesn't know you that's
Yeah.
just
Right.
what I mean, just throwing random shots. And I was like, yo, we need more random people seeing us. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We're not getting enough hate. You know what I'm saying? So
You need more bad
yeah,
form
bro.
when you rap. Oh, bad form. You hold the microphone a little
Bad,
weird, but
yeah,
bad form.
bro. He covering the front of the mic, bro. Like
Bad,
what?
bad.
All right, I won't cover it next time, bro. All right, good luck. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's crazy because
You
it's
know what I'm saying?
easier to be on the sideline and just criticize someone, right? Because you've never done it before. You're like, oh yeah, bro, you're not LeBron James. You can't tell him how to play basketball better than him. You're not a professional athlete. If Kid D was, criticizing LeBron, I would understand. I was like, all right, he's KD, but not you who sit on your mom's basement and play 2K all day. 2K is
Yeah,
not real
bro.
basketball,
That's nuts.
But
LeBron would murder you on the one on one. Like it wouldn't
yeah,
even be like it would be like a unfair. Like you probably gonna hurt yourself out there trying to what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
it's like
Yeah.
me playing
You
my
know what I
little
mean?
niece in basketball. That's how it feels like, But people, it's just easy, right? Because people who never done anything worth a while, bro. Whenever they see you doing something, they're the one always willing to like criticize you. Most of the time, they're not giving you good feedback. Because yeah, I think good feedback is important, and then
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's good. But sometimes they just say stuff to just be mean, and
yeah.
just
Nah, saying he's trash ain't feedback. You see what I'm
that's not
saying? Like
feedback. He's not.
that's not feedback. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. But to wrap this up, any like finishing remarks?
Um.
So, Mark, so after this, like, are you guys like, gonna go all in, like that 100% effort we talked about? Is that something you all are gonna like
I
Yeah.
think
stick whatever?
I'm gonna try what we talked about a little bit. I think the thing I'm gonna take from this is just I'm gonna for the I already use a planner and I try to knock out everything
Right,
on there, but I'm gonna start trying to put times on them. I'm gonna
right,
Yeah.
try to put specific
Yeah.
times on them and put my
right,
phone away a little bit more. You know what I mean? So I think
right,
I'm gonna that's one thing I'm gonna take from this one, man. Is put specific times on some of the things I want to do, and then put my phone in the other room while I'm working on them. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And I'm gonna be a lot more diligent about structuring my days as well, like specific times and stuff too. Because I just feel like that's where I struggle the most. Is just like like I find myself getting so wrapped up, like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that, and it's just like like at the end of the day, as long as you just structure time, like it's like I don't have to give like 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Thing it could be 15 minutes. I could read for 15 minutes. Just
right,
read for 10 minutes. Like at the end of the day,
right,
but being productive in that. So I think
right,
this more will help me do it. But like I ordered my planner. My planner actually, I think my planner actually just got here. So I'm actually like,
okay,
yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm really truly trying to finish this year off strong and rolling
right,
forward with a that 100% mentality. And when I say
right,
100%, Keith's point earlier, I don't know if I'm necessarily giving 100% to music, but I'm giving 100% to like being better every day. Like
right,
being great. Like
right,
60% that might be music, 20% of that might be fitness. Like
right,
10 of that might be reading. Like kind of thing. Another 10% might be eating clean, whatever the case may be. But I'm giving 100% effort
right.
to improving and being better every day, 1% better every day.
Right. I love it. That's kind of like my mindset. For me, it's like whatever I'm doing, I just got to know that I can do better than what I'm currently doing. I just have to apply myself, whatever I'm doing. And I think by having a structure is very, very important, right? I think that's something, I did it before, but I kind of like stopped doing it. That's something I'm going to do it again. Just have a specific time. Yes, when a thing comes up, you can always change it around. But I think just having a time dedicated for specific things makes it a lot easier. Like we know every Monday we have this live. So every other
Yeah.
plans that we are doing,
Yeah.
it's kind of like we plan things so that way it doesn't interfere with this 7 p.m. schedule. So I think if we have that same discipline and focus in other
Yeah.
areas of our life, all right, 8 a.m., I'm just gonna wake up, boom, boom, boom. 8 to 9, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna read, turn my
Yeah.
phone off. And it's hard, bro. It's not easy.
It's
It,
hard.
But I
Yeah.
think
it is
slowly
hard.
if we do it, we're gonna get better at it. And then I think that's how we're gonna get to that from good to
Yeah.
great, bro. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to.
And you know what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna take the advice and I'm gonna be specific about my time because I think about it, we just talked about like, approaching things from a business mindset. If you think about like a CEO has a secretary who's structuring out their entire day. Literally every probably 5 minutes of their day is structured. Like, all right, like from like from 3 a.m. to like 8 a.m. I'm gonna sleep, or try to sleep, from 8 a.m.
Right.
to 8:30, I'm gonna do yoga, like from 8:30 to 9 o'clock, shower, get ready, for the day. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, all right, I got my first meeting for the day. Like literally everything is so structured out, and we have to be so intentional about our time. And so like, I think that is the biggest thing that I'm gonna take from this is just being very like diligent about my time and being very
Right.
structured, being very specific about my time too.
Let's try it, man. Let's all
This,
Yeah.
challenge
Tomorrow.
ourselves, man. This week, let's put some specific times on some of them goals, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm tonight after I leave this live, I'm gonna create this for the rest of the week. Time for everything.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
yeah. Let's get it.
let's get it,
Yes,
man.
sir. Well, I
All right. Well,
appreciate
say
everybody for popping out, man. Moms is in the building. Always love, man.
But
Yeah, appreciate everybody for popping in every week, man. Like we said, man, some of y'all be kicking it the whole hour with us, man. And that's always love. That's, like whether it's 3,000, man, it's
yeah,
always just
right.
dope to just tap in with people, man, get some of y'all opinions and just, what I'm saying, get and give positive energy, man. It's always dope.
that's it,
Right.
man. We manifest
Absolutely.
Monday, man. We'll be back here right again, 9
You know what
p.m.
I'm saying?
next Monday. So
Absolutely.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. All right, brothers.
All right, y'all.
You have a
It'll
good
be easy,
day.
man.